And man, check it out. If you're not aware, a 6-year-old was tragically murdered. Bella Fontenelle, a 6-year-old was murdered by her father's boyfriend. And this sick ass lady's name is Hannah Landon. So I got the report right here. Bella's accused killer, Hannah Landon, 43, was taken into custody Wednesday afternoon after cops found her at a local hospital. She was booked for first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. Police have not given any possible motives for Bella's deaths, but Jefferson Parish court records show that Landon was accused of attacking Bella's mother at a country club in Heron in June 2021. Bella's mother called the police after Landon allegedly grabbed her hair and slapped her until bystanders intervened during the row at a swim meet. She was left with scratches on her face and hand, according to the report. However, she later filed a temporary restraining order against Bella's mother, court's document revealed. The court document highlighted several other run-ins between Landon and Bella's mother and aunt. On March 17, 2021, Landon was allegedly the victim of an altercation with Bella's mother. Landon alleged that the mother threatened her by using "I will hurt you," court documents revealed. A judge denied a request to make the restraining order permanent on August 5th, 2021. Bella's father went to the police station after waking up to discover that Landon's youngest daughter was missing around 7:30 a.m. Officers went to the family home and opened a missing persons investigation. They then visited the mother's house where they found a closed 10-gallon bucket on the front lawn. The police went on to say that inside the bucket they found a 6-year-old deceased inside. Following the horror discovery, investigators began a search for Landon. She was found at the hospital at 2 p.m. where she was taking evaluation Wednesday morning. Alright, y'all, so as you see, we got a little bit of a report, a little bit of the backstory between Landon, which is the killer, and Bella's mom. And drama nonetheless to say. The coldest part is that sadly this drama was retaliated against Bella for whatever reason. You know what I mean? There's multiple sides. We can't even say there's 3 sides to a story. In this case it's multiple, because what would possess her to do something like this to a 6-year-old who's essentially innocent in this situation? You know what I mean? She didn't choose her parents. She's not really choosing the drama. You know what I mean? I basically, from my takeaway on it, I think that Landon was just trying to get some revenge on Bella's mom, possibly Bella's father. I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's just a lot. And I'm not going to accuse Bella's mom or anything, or claim that, she is her fault that this happened. But between, the mom and the aunt, and now it's the new girlfriend situation. I don't know if I don't know, but you know what I mean? Either way, Landon was dead wrong, and definitely, definitely off the Ripper scale for what she did to this little girl. Last night I did a reaction on a video for the first time, coming across the story, and it really took me for a loop. But I heard that there's court documents revealing a little bit more history, so we're going to watch the videos. Probably is something similar to what I read just now. You know what I mean? I just did a little bit of background search trying to, figure out more of the situation. But needless to say, let's watch the video right now.
Bella Fontenelle died of manual strangulation with blunt force injuries to the head. Meanwhile, the woman accused of her death is now in jail, booked with her murder.
And the horrific killing left the Harahan neighborhood in shock, but police say their investigation is far from over. Natasha Robin explains.
She had the biggest smile. It seemed to be, she was the first one that would approach you, and share and just giggle and how you doing.
The Harahan community still reeling from the tragic death of 6-year-old Bella Fontenelle.
And I would see the little girl and her older sister out in the driveway playing many times, riding their little bikes, and the mother would sit out there with them. The grandmother and grandfather would sit out there with them, and it was just so beautiful to watch them.
Investigators say her father's girlfriend, Hannah Landon, also known as Bunnick Landon, killed little Bella, stuffed her in a 10-gallon chlorine bucket, and left it on her mother.
When I first came across the story yesterday, I was shocked. It definitely was some internal hatred. It was something is really obviously twisted with this lady. You know what I mean? Because it made no sense onto why. You know what I mean? It makes no sense on the why. Like, what would possess you to do something like that? Nothing but pure hate.
Front lawn, late Tuesday night. The sheriff's office says it recovered surveillance video showing Landon walking down the street that night with a wagon in tow, carrying the bucket. She's now booked with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice and is being held without bond.
We've been a small bedroom community for years. You know, we average a murder once every 3.5, 4 years. And it's a tragic thing.
Harahan Police Chief Edward LaPrey says just after midnight, early Wednesday morning, Landon came into the Harahan Police Station asking for help.
Officer spoke to her. She seemed a little bit out of it. And they called to have her, she was asking for a transport. So they called for an ambulance to come pick her up. And once the ambulance came and picked her up, they transported her to a local hospital to be evaluated.
And that's where police say they eventually located and arrested her for murder. People who live near Bella's mother say they're in shock.
I thought everything was all American, as you would say. You know, I know she was working through a stressful divorce. She did share that. But it seemed to be, she was okay with it. I mean, she seemed to be moving forward with that situation.
But court documents show there was conflict between the mother and Landon or Lim dating back to 2021. In one incident, court documents show the two women got into a physical confrontation during a swim meet for one of the kids, and Bella's father had to intervene. In another incident, the two seemed to scuffle during a soccer game. Chief LaPrey.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. This situation is so, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, nobody was wrong except for Landon, except for the killer. You know what I mean? I can't, usually I do, you know, take away lessons. This is just so sick, bro. I'm still baffled, bro. I'm still lost for words, which is crazy because it's like there's no explanation, there's no level of prevention that you could teach anybody to not be this sick. This lady is just sick, bro. You know what I mean? And you know, like, damn, bro. Like, okay, I can understand. Like, let's say worst case scenario, she was getting bullied by the mother. Okay, you whoop the mother's ass or you do something to the mother. That makes sense. But you doing this to a 6-year-old girl would never make any sense.
We're going to work to the end to try to make sure we get a conviction. This is a small baby, and any family would be devastated. I can only imagine what the mother and father is going through right now.
When it happens 2 doors down from your house and you look outside and you see multiple policemen, it is like, what in the world is going on here?
Man, I hope that the mother and the father and the entire family, man, they can come together and, you know what I mean, heal. Because it's definitely going to take a while, bro, like that. You know what I mean? That was a beautiful little girl. And that, it's always the sick ones, bro. It's always the sick ones, man. Man, be careful who you introduce to your family, man. You know, it sounds like the mother and the father had a divorce. They was letting things go. Maybe they're still trying to co-parent. And man, I don't know. I'm really lost for this, but you know, we're gonna keep on following everything that goes on. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, justice need to be served, bro. For real, justice need to be served for Lil Bella. So, hey, man, appreciate y'all for getting this far with me in the video. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. Y'all be smooth out there, man, for real.